Welcome everybody, good morning to the weird moonscape we have here at PACLELE. These are the mud volcanoes. It's a location where mud comes out of the ground. There's a big bath there where mud pops up, and at other places it comes up. And it has formed this crazy dried out landscape with ridges and everything. It's a bit like the Badlands in Death Valley maybe, but then on a tiny scale. It's already beautiful. I was hoping for a bit of a sunset as always, but it's a clear blue sky, but that doesn't matter. There's already a nice little glow on all these edges, and we've got the whole place all for ourselves. Let's see what we can make of these beautiful ridges. I just love these ridges here. They're so steep and so strong, and they lead to the big volcano that you can see at the back in the background. So what I want to do is try to maybe stand on this tip here in the front and then photograph that way and make those front edges quite big by using a wide angle lens. So let's get that out. Let's first try out by hand before we go take a real photo of this. The soft light we have on these mud mountains, mud rocks. It's so cool. It even reminds me of the macOS background. Okay, so what I have here is these three edges that are sticking out. The mud's running through them, and just in the background you can see the peaks of the main mud volcano. Okay, let me show you on the back what I have. Okay, so this is the shot with these three lines leading you through to the back. Maybe you can see it, but just there in the back is where the mud volcano is. So they are forming three lines, and already with this amount of light you can see a bright side on this side and a darker side on the other side. So you really get this separation and contrast between the two sides of these edges. Now I might do a bracketed shot. I'll try it f16 to see if I can get the foreground in focus and the background. So let's do that first. Oh. So always forget my 2-second timer. Okay, so I focused on the foreground now, and the background is slightly out of focus, so we'll do another focus on the background. Now it is a bit of a shame. I do want to try to get these front rocks in a bit better. It is a delicate balance with trying to figure out what I want to keep in my shots and what I want to leave out of them. I think this is better. And the beauty about digital is you can just take multiple photos. So just try out and don't accept your photos too quickly. Okay, and then we just need to stack those two together, the front and the back exposure. And we get this result. Shot, I would need a bit more side light as well. The last shot was taken with the sun, the rising sun coming from the side, but now it's more in my back. So you don't get that really directional light coming from the side, which makes those nice contrasts. So, yeah, it is what it is, but you still have the foreground that's a bit brighter, the background that is a little bit darker because of that sun that's coming from one direction. Let me show you on the back of the screen what I'm doing with this photo. So I think it might be quite nice. So what we have here is a 35mm composition where you can see the mud flow through the center, and this crack is kind of giving the same direction. Everything is leading you on through the scene. I'm not showing you the top. Let me show you why. Because this is just a bit messy. I do like it that it's just this foreground. Now it's kind of finding the balance here, I think somewhere there. And this is maximum zoomed in as I can get on this 16 to 35 millimeters. Now I'm at f16, so I should get quite a lot of depth of field. We'll focus somewhere in the back of the mud flow. And then the rest should also be pretty good in focus. Yeah, that looks all looks pretty good. Now the exposure is super easy. As you can see in the histogram, we'll expose to the right, so a bit more on this side gives me a 2-second exposure. And there it is. It's very bright now, but that will be fixed in post-production. Now let's head up to the actual mud volcano so I can show you what's going on here and how that actually looks. It's quite cool. I was here yesterday night as well, but it was late. It was a very hectic day yesterday. Car broke down. Took me ages to get here. So I tried to film something, but it was horrible. So we're on the retry today, but I'll show you how this volcano looks like. It's really, really interesting. Okay, I said that before. We're almost there. Let's go. So of course we're gonna try to get a shot with this mud bath in the foreground. I haven't set up my camera yet. I just put you down, but I do want to have it like over the top, wide, and then with a bit of the background in as well. Now the hardest part, let me pull you up a bit. The hardest part about photographing this correctly is I want to get the bubbles, but you never know when they come. So I haven't quite figured out how to do that correctly, but let's just start at least with giving it a good exposure. Perfect. 1/4 of a second, f16. 13 should be enough. I only need the foreground to be really sharp because that's where I want your eye to be drawn to. Now the sun is just coming over the mountain there, so in not too long we should have some nice light on it as well. Now let's first start on improving the composition. That's always step one. So I want this whole bath to be in this photo all the way around, with this little tiny volcano in the left foreground and then the big bath in the middle, but also balancing out the stuff in the background. There's 2 little hills and I want them to balance out as well. So, I might have to move a little bit. And it's just these tiny movements that can make a lot of difference in your photo. So let's take this shot first and let's see how it comes out. That is quite good. The mud bath is really the center of the image, which is good because that's the most important thing. That's what this is all about. Now what I'm going to do is put it on continuous burst mode. So I'll go to drive and I'll choose silent continuous shooting. And when I think the bubbles are going to come, I'm just going to press it down and hope for the best. Okay, I'm going to keep trying this a bit. And what I'll do in the end is that I think I'll just blend a couple of those photos together, so it seems like it's coming up the mud. And hopefully that works. And if that has worked, let me show you the result. So the sun hasn't come up yet. Wait for that a bit as well. And then I will actually show you the result of this photo. So yesterday evening I was watching this video by Gavin Hardcastle on YouTube, and he was talking about expectations. And yesterday when I came here I had so much expectations. I was gonna make a vlog, I was gonna shoot awesome photos with the sunset, and it sucked big time. I was putting way too much pressure on myself to make that perfect photo. And today I slept well, I had a nice calm morning, and my expectations are a lot lower, and I feel so much better. So what I'm trying to say with this is don't have the perfect shot in mind, but react to the environment. We're not portrait photographers or something who have complete control over their lighting. We're not studio photographers. We're landscape photographers. We respond to what's outside. Like now the sun is rising. Now the light's gonna get good. We can't control it. So don't expect too much, but let it go. Let it go. Let it come the way it comes. Just accept the landscape, accept nature, and then things will be a lot better. Now the sun is out. I'm gonna make the photo I just showed you, and then we're gonna head up further and see how this soft light is transforming these edges in this weird moon landscape. Okay, let's quickly shoot this because it's nice and soft now. I just love these patterns with the sun from the side. I really don't know yet how to what to do with it. But we're just gonna try it out. I think somewhere here. Okay. So the problem with this shot, I wanna have this dried out foreground with the sun coming from the side and the mud volcano in the background. But there's a tiny ridge. Well, there's a tiny ridge just behind the mud volcano, and I don't want it to align together. I want it to be separate from each other. So I'm trying to figure out an angle where I can separate those and get these beautiful cracks in the foreground. Yes, now we're talking. It's just a shame though that there's a lot of footprints in the foreground, but I do like this composition. Again, I'm going to focus back. I'm really close to the foreground, as you might not see, but yeah, now you sort of see. So I'm really close to the foreground, so I'm going to focus stack with F13. We're going to take an exposure for the foreground, which is a bit underexposed, so we'll brighten it up a bit, because it's only for that foreground. The sun's coming in from the side, which gives a really nice yellow glow on the background. Because of that, the background is very bright. So we're going to have to bracket that exposure as well. So we're going to make a couple of photos. I want to make one focused on the background. And that one will make an HDR bracket. Okay, something like this. And then I think we have quite a nice little composition. It's too bad of that massive footprint in the middle of it. I'm going to have a look around on the other sides with those cracks, see if it's a bit better. Because I do like the idea. Okay, needs a little bit more work, but the idea is there. And that, my dear friends, is already the end of the good light for today. The sun has risen. There's no cloud in the sky, so the light's already super bright. It is... what time is it actually? It's like 7 something. 7:15. We've had half an hour of good light, which is not too bad. Could be worse. So it's time to head back home, have some breakfast, have something to drink, a cup of tea. I missed my cup of tea. I didn't have any this morning. I would love to have one. So yeah, that was day 2 of the trip. It's already day 3 actually. We went to Chukas yesterday, today these mud volcanoes, and later on today we're heading to Syrio country. Tomorrow it's gonna rain, so hopefully we can do some photography this afternoon already. There might be a nice waterfall there, so hopefully that's up next week in the next vlog. If you do like this, please like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram for even more photos. And I hope to see you next time in the next vlog. Thank you for joining me to these mud volcanoes. If you want to visit these mud volcanoes yourself, it's possible. The entrance is 4 lei for adults. Yeah, which is not even €1. So, and it's it's a strange landscape. It's very interesting to see. So if you're around this area, please come and visit. There's 3 or 4 of these volcanoes here. This one is the big one. It's the nicest one, I think. But that's enough yibbity yabbity. Time to go have some more breakfast, have a cup of tea. And I'll see you in the next vlog, hopefully. I'll see. And I'll see you in the next vlog, right? Goodbye.